Stencil for glue. If you need to apply a neat strip of glue to a surface, simply stick a strip of tape next to it. Now boldly apply the glue and do not be afraid to stain the rest of the material. Then remove the tape and glue the material. This method is also suitable when working with sealant. Apply the sealant between two strips of tape. Spread the sealant with a special spatula or just with your finger, and then remove the tape. A neat sealed seam is ready. Precise marking pad. Sometimes you need to precisely mark a hard material, such as a tile. A marker leaves a line that is too thick, and a regular pencil is hard to see. To make it better, first clean the surface with a napkin. On the mark, stick a strip of paper tape. Put a ruler on it and instead of a marker, draw a knife along the tape where you need to cut the tile. Finally, remove one of the pieces of tape. The edge of the second piece of tape has become a very precise marking line. How to find out the diameter of a pipe. If you suddenly need to find out the diameter of a pipe, but you don't have any special tools at hand and it's impossible to get to the end of the pipe, then wrap the pipe with a strip of paper tape. Draw a line with a marker at the joint and cut the tape. Carefully remove the strip, stick it on a ruler and measure the length. Next, use a simple geometric formula and divide the length of the strip by 3.14. This method will help you calculate the diameter of the pipe. Let's check. As you can see, all the indicators match. Let's check on another cylinder. Now I take a smaller diameter. This time the length was 75 millimeters. 75 divided by 3.14 gives almost 24 millimeters. What does the caliper show? Perfect. Sticky stencil for spray paint. Using paper tape, you can make a sticky stencil through which you can apply a pattern to the wood with spray paint. To do this, cover the surface with several strips of paper tape. The surface to be covered should be 5 to 7 centimeters larger than the paper with the pattern. Then apply office glue to the tape and attach the paper with your pattern. Carefully press the paper, for example, with a spatula and let the glue dry. Also cover the remaining areas of the wood that should not be painted with spray paint. Now, take a cutter and cut out your pattern from the paper. You need to cut through the paper and tape. Then remove the cut paper and tape to reveal the pattern. The stencil is ready. Now you can apply 2 to 3 thin layers of paint. After coloring, remove the stencil and your design is ready. Marking a pipe for cutting. To cut a piece of pipe evenly, you first need to mark it evenly. To do this, use a strip of paper tape. Just wrap the tape around the pipe so that the second end of the strip overlaps the first end. Now just cut the pipe along the edge of the tape. When cutting, twist the pipe. Just look at this intermediate result. Let's check with a square. Honestly, it's hard for me to find an error in this cut. Now let's check it on a profile pipe. The method is the same. Stick the tapes and twist when cutting. I think the result is more than good. Drill bit pad for tiles. If you want to drill a tile accurately, take a special drill bit for tiles. Clean the surface with a napkin. To prevent the drill from slipping, stick on a few pieces of paper tape. When you drill through the top layer of tiles, start adding water. The drill will get very hot, so it simply needs a cooling liquid. Remove ceramic chips periodically. Now look at this. The glossy surface hasn't even crumbled. Drill stop. If you need to drill a hole of a certain depth, you can make a simple drill stop. Measure the desired depth on the drill and stick a flag made of paper tape on it. When drilling, as soon as the flag gets close to the wood, it will start to clear the chips. This means you have reached the desired depth. Magnet cleaner. Often, welding magnets become clogged with small metal shavings. This causes the so-called fringe to form on the surface. You can clean the magnet from debris using the sticky side of paper tape. Simply press the sticky part of the tape against the clogged magnet until the magnet is completely clean. Mixture pad. Cover the board with paper tape to avoid dirtying the surface when mixing the thick mixture. Experience has shown that mixing on a flat surface works better than in a container. It is often very important to thoroughly mix the components of the mixture, for example, glue and wood dust. Small portions of epoxy resin can also be mixed on such a surface. After work, simply remove the dirty tape and you have a clean surface again. Scratch protection. To avoid scratching chrome parts, simply wrap your adjustable wrench with paper tape. This layer is quite enough to prevent the wrench from causing irreparable damage. In addition to an adjustable wrench, you can also wrap your pliers with tape.